So with your props at the back of the mat again, we're going to come through the sequence that we learned yesterday to begin the practice. So coming down onto the mat or using your chair, knees wide, big toes touching behind you. Use your props to make this comfortable. And then with your hands outside the knees, bring the forehead down to the mat, pressing evenly into the hands left and right and tuning into your breath, softening your tongue and your lips and bringing the awareness to the breath in your nose. Observing the breath coming in both nostrils all the way into your belly. And as you exhale, pushing through the hands and softening those legs and feet. This is a resting position. Pressing through the center of the palms. See if you can feel the forearms lifting up at the same time. So looking for that push-pull action in the hands and the forearms. Inhale to lift your head up. Come on up and bring the hands in front of you in line with your shoulders and push them away, keeping your buttocks back towards your heels again. As you inhale, see if you can reach the fingertips further forward, and as you exhale, push the palms down to activate the arms. Again, softening the legs, the feet, thighs, the hips. So your arms are becoming an extension of your spine here. As you inhale and reach, you're lengthening your spine, opening up the spaces between the vertebrae. As you exhale, push the palms down, shoulders roll away from your ears, and you're creating that space across the upper back in the thoracic spine and the neck. Inhale to lift your head up, walk the hands across to the left. Same action in the arms. As you inhale, reach the arms away, resting your body on your thighs, soften your legs. As you exhale, push the palms down, feeling that action of the inside shoulders rolling away from your ears. As you inhale, check you're in the posture, reaching the arms away. As you exhale, push the palms down, softening the legs. So if you've got a pinching sensation at the top of your thigh, you need to soften there. Inhale, walk the hands across to the other side now. Belly is resting on your thigh as you allow your legs to soften and rest your body on your thigh. As you inhale, reach the arms away. As you exhale, push the palms down. So it's this action of pushing the palms down that allows your head to release down to the floor. Focusing on the breath, softening the legs, and activating the arms as you exhale. Inhale to lift your head up and walking the hands back over to the center of the mat. You're going to walk the hands back in towards you and coming to sit in hero pose now to give the arms a rest. So taking the feet apart now, knees together. Use your roll or your bolster or your blocks. Sitting here, we want to lift the breastbone and the crown of the head up for a tall spine. So look straight ahead. That takes the tension out of your neck. Letting your hands rest in your lap and your arms soften. Close the eyes. So the eyes are resting on a single point behind the eyelids. Bring the awareness to the breath in your nose again. And you're going to observe the breath in this posture, hero pose. As you inhale, follow the breath all the way in to all parts of the lungs. So down to the belly, into the bottom of the lungs. Feel around the side body, back body, upper body, up under the collarbones. And as you exhale, soften the legs, keeping that breastbone and the crown of the head lifted. So we have about 5 conscious breaths here. And you can grip the back of the throat for Ujjayi breathing. And then opening the eyes, interlace the fingers and push the palms away from you in front of your chest. Looking straight ahead, inhale, push the palms up over your head so your arms are beside your ears. Now I want you to let the weight drop down to the block or the bolster, whatever you're sitting on. As you inhale, reach the palms up. So again, we're using the arms to lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the palms down and interlace the fingers the other way. Pushing the palms away, inhale, reach the arms up. Looking straight ahead, make sure you don't close off your throat. So lift your chin a little bit, so steady breath, smooth breath. I want you to really listen to the breath. Gripping the back of the throat for Ujjayi breathing. As you exhale, bring the palms back down and we're going to come into a little twist now. So inhale, lift the elbows up to keep that front body tall. Exhale, turn to the left and turn the back of your right hand against your knee. So I want you to continue lifting up the breastbone and the crown of the head, looking to the left at eye level. So we're looking for that tall spine. As you inhale, lifting up, and as you exhale, use your arms to twist. Let's go to the other side. Left hand, back of the left hand outside your right knee. So the hand that's behind you should be close to your tailbone on the mat, pushing down to lift you up. And I want you to feel for level shoulders. As you inhale, lift the breastbone up, keeping those shoulders dropped. Exhale to release from the posture, and then we're going to lie back onto your elbows. So take the knees apart and bring the heel of the hand down to the floor beneath your toes. Come onto your right elbow and your left elbow, looking forward. Now, if this is too much, you can always just lean back on a chair. So I want you to push your elbows down evenly left and right here, and just let the head hang back. Okay, don't jam the head back. So keep the tongue soft, focus on the breath and letting the head hang. Inhale to lift your head up, coming up carefully. We're going to come into a counter posture, folding forward into wide child. Buttocks back on your heels, big toes touching, and reaching those arms forward. So we're just going to rest the arms on the mat here, letting your forehead rest on the mat as you bring awareness to the breath. So we're only staying in these postures for about 3 breaths today. Allowing yourself to soften on the exhalation, because that's when the body naturally softens. So they're resting here. As you inhale, lift the head up, come on up, and let's try that again. This time, the knees apart and the feet apart and the knees together. I want you to bring your bolster and lay it back behind you in line with your spine. Now, if you can't lie on the bolster, come back onto your elbows. Right elbow first, left elbow, looking straight ahead, and you can drop the head back and do what you did before. Otherwise, see if you can allow your upper body to be completely supported by the bolster. Pushing your knees to the floor. So hero pose is great for opening up the knees and for stretching the thigh muscle and the calf muscle and the ankles. So you need to push the knees towards the floor, and then inhale, lift the head up, use your hands beneath your feet and push up. And again, coming forward into that wide child, folding forward for resting. Buttocks on the heels if you can, otherwise put your bolster on top of your heels. Resting your arms and your head on the mat here, bringing the awareness back to your breath and allowing everything to soften on the exhalation, resting here in a wide child pose. Consciously softening on the exhalation for maximum relaxation. Inhale to lift the head up, come on up, and we're going to try that again with a bit more height this time. So it's not going to be as strong a posture. So place your blocks on top of your bolster, and then with your other towel, just place them on top of the blocks. So it just helps to soften those blocks, but it makes for a nice firm bolster, so you feel really supported here. So if you didn't make it down to the bolster last time, you may well make it down to the bolster this time. Knees together, feet apart again, and sitting back between your heels. Come onto your right elbow, looking straight ahead, then your left elbow, and then drop the head back. Turn your palms up so that the arms are resting on the floor, letting the shoulders drop down either side of the bolster. Again, the action is in the knees pushing towards the mat. So you're going to feel this stretch in your thighs, but it also opens up the abdomen. Your lower abdomen feels nice and open. And so it's a way of relieving tension in your abdomen around your gut and your digestive system. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling now and take them over your head and hold the elbows. Keep pulling the elbows away so you feel your shoulder blades coming into your back here. Beautifully opening up the chest, making it easy to breathe. So again, observing the breath coming in both nostrils into all parts of the lungs. So as you follow the breath in, you notice how open you are on the inside. And as you exhale, push the knees down. So we need to change the grip now. So the other hand's going to come on top, So we would have worked the shoulders evenly. As you inhale, follow the breath in, check the knees are pushing down. So you might even try to push your front ankle down, and eventually your buttocks will soften down to the floor. Just 3 breaths here. And then inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling and over onto your feet. Coming onto your hands, push up and coming into that counter posture, your resting pose. Wide child, knees as wide as the mat. Buttocks back on the heels or the bolster, and reaching those arms forward before you let them drop down and rest on the floor. Soften your tongue, your lips, and focusing on the breath. So you want to be letting go all over the body here, being completely passive in this child pose, coming into a resting position. So this gives your nervous system a chance to absorb the impressions of the posture. Coming back up, you're going to try one more posture. Sitting back between your heels again, or using your towel under your ankles. You've still got sore ankles. Place one of your blocks underneath your sitting bones. So we're going to come into what's called a heron pose. So bringing your knee up front is a version of hero, and then grab your foot or your ankle. If you cannot grab your foot, grab your ankle with both hands so your arms are straight and your leg is straight. Now to keep that leg straight, I want you to push the heel away and pull the toes towards you. Draw the knee and the thigh towards you for a nice straight leg. And you've got to feel that your sitting bones are level on the block. That's your challenge. So looking at your toes, keep pulling the toes back towards you, pushing the heel away for 3 breaths. And then with one hand holding that ankle or your foot, you'll come into a little twist. So you're going to turn to the left. Use that left hand on the floor behind you again to keep your chest lifting up. And looking to the left at eye level, 3 breaths, and then bending the knee. So now we've got to take it back behind you. Now when you take it back, make sure that the foot is in line with your shin, not going off at an angle. Coming to the other side, so you're going to grab your foot or your ankle. And then as you inhale, take that foot up to straighten the leg, holding your foot or your ankle. So you know you've got to look at your toes and pull the toes, knee and thigh towards you to straighten the leg. Push the heel away. So you can hold the ankle here, looking at your toes, get that action in the leg, because this is a key action for our postures that are coming later in the week. Just 3 breaths, and then keeping your left hand on this posture. So left hand on the ankle or the foot. Going to turn around to the right. So you can see your front body is open. You're lifting up the breastbone and the crown of the head, looking to the left at eye level. So we don't want to have any strain on the neck. It's the eyes that lead this twist, not your chin. It's the eyes. And then exhale to release, bending the knee. And we're going to come back to your hero pose. So again, check the foot is in line with your shin, making a straight line there. And then coming up into a classic child pose with your knees together and your feet together, letting the upper body fold forward. So as your head rests on the floor, let the shoulders and the arms drop down as you focus on the breath, bringing the awareness into the body. So as you follow the breath into the body, you see that deep space. And then inhale, lift the head up, coming up. So the more you release tension in the body, the more you feel that openness inside the body. You're going to come into a resting position to finish off our practice today with the bolster under your knees. You're going to lie down, so make sure you have enough space to lie back. And with your knees bent, once again, right elbow comes to the floor to support you back. And then your left elbow. Turn your palms up, slide your elbows out to lie back. So your knees are resting on the bolster. So this takes a lot of the pressure off your sacrum in your lower back. And you'll feel that your abdomen is nice and open. With your eyes closed here, soften your lips and let your tongue rest in the bottom of your mouth. So I want you to observe the natural breath here. What is it